Okay, so some people just haven't believed me on this, so they're hearing it without the gloves on again. I will just show you real quick. If I hit cancel, there you go. I've got into the process complete, the drying canceled, and it's ready to keep going. I could have hit the leaf, I hit the cancel, or I could have moved the numbers on down. It works. And now I will show you that pressing the leaf up here achieves the same thing. That comes up, process complete, and all that fun stuff. Alright, if you're paying attention, you'll notice that my video of this deep dive on my harvest rate has taken 3 months at minimum just to complete. I believe this is probably the last video of the whole series. When I get them all together, they'll be well over an hour length. You'll notice that the date here says March 6th, 2025, which is today, and I started this on December 2nd, 2024. I've got the, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I've got the the August 2023, what's it called? August 2023 was when Harvest Rate started coming out with their Pro Series. If you're reading that thing, it does say Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup, 18.6 ounce can is what this last batch here today was. I just opened up cans of soup and put them down, froze them, and away we go. Now then, today what I'm going to quickly mention here is this newfangled dangle thing here. Is Harvest Rate is now made available this well, it's a dongle, what it is, and we'll get there in a second here. There it is. It shows that you can hook up this little dongle into your USB port, and using Wi-Fi, be able to control certain portions of your Harvest Rate freeze dryer remotely. It talks a lot about what it does. A lot of the things that it does are things that you can do on your Harvest Rate in person, and I'm not sure that they are things that you would even consider doing remotely, but that you can do, and that would be like changing your recipe. Well, actually, that is the main difference. As I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is that what's it called? Oh, that you can mark down what your starting things are, your extra freeze dry time, whatever. Their starting freeze temperature, extra time, that type of stuff that you can get added on to your to product that you're putting into the freeze dryer. But most of that stuff you can do directly right here when you hit customize. You put all this stuff in at the beginning. And if you do it once, if you're doing all of your product is being done the same way, like I have a 10-hour extra freeze dry time on all of my freeze dry runs. After I hit save, it saves that. The new dongle will only work on version 5.4.x, whatever that means, but 5.4 or later versions. So anything from August 2023 forward probably runs on version 5.4 or version 5.5, like mine right here, which it mentions right up here in the corner. And you can upgrade to Wi-Fi with version 6 and get that. That's what happened. It got turned off. So what the dongle does, it allows you to upgrade to this version 6 and using Wi-Fi if you're like 10 miles away, and it alerts you that your food is done. You don't just say, okay, it's done, let's go home and let's process this and ignore my phone and ignore the alert. You'll have to figure out if it allows you to add more time to actually do that. If you are not able to add more time on, well, then it's done and it's gone into, well, the sublimation process has stopped, but the freezer portion continues on, and the freezer basically adds water back into your product and freezes it, and you don't want that. So what you'll want to do is add more time on wherever you are. If you're someplace else on your property or 10 miles away, you can use your phone to access your harvest rate and add more time onto it for how long you'll think you'll be away. I add, like I say, 10 hours onto mine so that if by some odd chance I am asleep or 10 miles away, I'm going to have 10 hours to get back here. The extra dry time is usually needs maybe 1 or 2 hours of extra dry time to actually finish. I have several hours added on to that, so I have plenty of time to get back and try it out. But so I believe this is the rest of the deep dive into the harvest rate and everything that I do with my machine. If you are interested in getting a harvest rate, I suggest you do that. Some of the other influencers that I mentioned their names in my description below the video. You can look them up. Some of them have links to harvest rate, and they will get paid a little something extra, a few pennies or whatever it is, dollars. I have no idea what it is for your using their website to buy from at harvest rate. Your machine doesn't cost you anymore. Harvest rate just gives them a little something. I won't do that. I'm not interested in making commercials for anybody. I'm not interested in asking anyone for money other than getting money from YouTube for creating these videos. That's all I'm doing. So if you'd like to help me out by the most, I'd say just, watch this all the way through. Hopefully you did. If not, start it over again, and if it's on a TV or something like that, just let it run for the entire hour or whatever, and go do something else while it's running, so that I can get the hours of time that I need to become monetized. Tell your friends, send the video to your friends, send the video to your enemies. I don't care who. And maybe I'll get monetized faster that way. This is probably the longest video that I'll have done on my reviews. I'm not telling you to actually buy one or not to buy one. If you've picked up enough information from all of my everything that I've said to determine, well, well, gee, this is really expensive, I don't want to do it, then don't do it. But if you see value in freeze drying your apples and oranges and whatever foods you want for one day, the apocalypse or whatever occurs down the road that you're going to need food in 20 years or 5 years or 6 months, then maybe you want to go get one. You can get a Harvest Right. There's at least 2 or 3 other brands that I think that I'm aware of. The difference, though, is that Harvest Right has been in the business for enough time that they're able to drop their prices because of the volume that they sell. The other places, it's going to be more expensive. You might find some little doodads or commands that they have that you're going to say, oh, I like this better than Harvest Right. Well, if you're willing to spend the extra $800 or whatever it is, then go ahead and buy from somebody else. I don't care. It's a matter of I bought it. I'm happy with what I purchased, and I'm continuing to purchase things to review, like this little guy right here that I used to seal these bags. I sealed these at 150 degrees Celsius because I tried some at 125 like John and Bibbs does, but I'm not sure that it actually sealed them. That was on the meatloaf from earlier, or the meatballs. I don't remember which it was. Anyway, this little tool, actually it's kind of heavy now, but there's fairly lightweight. This was something I reviewed at one point, and it works really well. That thing back there is a little something I thought I would use for casinos, but casinos won't let me use it, so it's going to sit here, and eventually I might find a good use for it here. I've got a scale over there. I've got an entire case of double meal pouches that I just recently ordered. John and Bibbs gets the single meal pouch. I prefer the double meal pouch because it's big enough that I can, in this case, put an entire can of soup in, and the soup is a little over 2 servings according to the soup can. Two meals is kind of what I eat. I'm a big guy. Anyway, hopefully if you found this informative, that you'll give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, leave me a comment down below why you didn't like it. If you want, you can leave me a thumbs up and a comment why you do like it. Share it. I don't know how to do that. I've only shared 1 or 2 videos because I don't know anyone that are really interested in the videos that I watch. And a lot of the people I don't know well enough to just share random things to. But this Pleasant Grove is top/m.com or topmylar.com. Or just Pleasant Grove Farm LLC. I'm not sure if that's the website they use. But and they I really like them. I really like my freeze dryer. I will continue to use it. I've had it for a little over a year now. I bought it in January 2024. I've got the Pro model. The Pros, like I said, started in August 2023. And that's pretty much all Harvest Right makes now. This dongle that I mentioned earlier only works on the 5.4 or 5.5 version or higher machines, which is basically the Pro models. So if you have an older machine, I'm sorry, you probably won't be able to use that dongle. Which is really too bad because the Harvest Right decided that people have been asking for this, and so they make it for their new machines. So if you're one of the people who had like John and Bibbs, who had one from 2019, or School Reports that has one from 2017. They're not going to hook up to this dongle. They're not going to be able to use the Wi-Fi. If they want to use it, well, they're going to have to buy a new machine. It's the way of the world. Make a new product and get rid of the old product, or put the old product, sell the old product to somebody else. That's the way the United States works, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great day.